Guys, hope everyone's had a great Monday so far. I'm gonna pick up where Emily finished off. I know that her last um, slide, sorry, was on tactics, so I'm gonna pick up with reports. So let's start off with the Phi Sigma Sigma blog that we have on WordPress. So I did go to the stats section, and this is what you're seeing now. Basically, what we can get out of this is that in October, that was our most successful month with the most views and visits to the blog. And we see that in November that kind of dropped off a little, and in December we haven't had much luck with the activity. I don't know if it's because it's finals week. It's been the last few weeks at school, so there has definitely been a drop off. We did notice that our best ever day had 191 views, which that's pretty cool. And in total, we've had 439 views. Views by country. This we were actually a little bit surprised by. We saw that we had 4 views in Ireland, which is pretty cool. It could be that we have some sorority sisters studying abroad there. Whatever the case, that's pretty cool that it was able to reach a European country. But we also noticed that with the most views, US obviously leads with 435 views. From the stats page, I was also able to get some other information relating to people refer to our blog. So we noticed that Facebook, of course, has 174 people referring to our blog, and then Twitter with 17, search engines, WordPress Reader, and Dashboard both have one. So it's pretty cool to see that people that like our Facebook page were referred to our blog the most from within that social platform. Top host. Top host. We can tell that Staying Connected as an alumni was pretty popular, and I think that's because it kind of reaches out to both active sisters and alumni sisters, even though it really, is mostly focused to the alumni. I think as someone who is an active, you know that eventually you will be an alumni. So it's pretty good to take a look at and see how you can stay active. And that was followed by other articles relating to the sorority, so events. Our Rockathon, as you can see, had 24 views. The 5 senior send off had 18 views. So we kind of noticed a trend with the articles that relate to our sorority and events or any ideas really do well when it comes to views. So let's move on to Twitter reports. As you can see, we have 49 followers and we are following 125 organizations and people. This graph shows the follower growth. So since the beginning of, since the creation of our Twitter account, you can see that there has been an increase in followers. So we've really been lucky with Twitter that we've had a diverse group of people following. So it's not only from our specific chapter, but these are different chapters and different sisters from other chapters that are following us. So that is really interesting. So let's move on to the Facebook reports. As of today, we have 147 likes, and there seemed to be a drop off. There are only 3 unlikes, which is not bad. We'll take that. These are just some numbers from where our likes came from. So it's pretty cool that most of our likes came from mobile, but I mean, that could mean a number of things. Some people, specifically alumni, on their commute, they can see the page and like, which is pretty cool. And then on our page, 16 people, page likes 3, and then our post 2. Uh, the number of people who saw our post, this was actually pretty interesting to look at. It gave us an idea of how popular our stats or any blog posts that we shared were on our page. And you can tell that on the 26th of November, this one had a huge spike. And that's mostly because our organization Phi Sigma Sigma actually celebrated 100 years of sisterhood. So that we noticed had a huge spike, and you can actually tell from this graph as well that that specific day was huge with likes and shares. So that's pretty cool. I think because it really depicted a moment, a specific event of our community. A lot of people can um, can associate with that. So I think that's why it did so well. And again, this is just the total number of people reached, but it really did fantastic on that day, and we couldn't be happier about that. So this is just some information about who our fans are, percentage, age range, and obviously most of our followers and likes are women with 99%, and we get that 1% of men. So thank you out there for that. The biggest number is again 18 to 24%, with 63% being within that age range, followed by the 25 to 34. Again, that specific range, 18 to 24, were more popular within the group of people who saw our post. And then that was followed by the 25 to 34. And then again, the 18 to 24 really killed it in that age group. They were the group that really liked or commented or shared our post the most within the past 28 days. This is the site that actually Professor Hung covered in her lecture. We did get our score. I think that's the score. The page this number in the page comparison, and then page performance, likes 147. The percentage growth looks pretty good. Engagement rate 15.65%. And then post per day. I wish we could have seen this even prior to doing this today, just because we really could have learned a lot from this and started, posting differently or sharing differently. And I think this site really helped us kind of get an idea of what we could have and should have done. I think the comments are great. It states your fans seem to be responding best to status, especially status posted between 12 to 15, which is pretty great. I think that gives us an idea of what we should have done differently. So I really liked looking into this. Let's go ahead and move into the Pinterest report. Pinterest, we didn't really do as well as we had hoped. As you can see, we only have 3 followers. We have very minimal likes and repins, even though, we have had repins, but still we would have liked it to be a little bit more popular. Viral score 0.1, engagement score 19.4, and engagement rate 2.1. That's okay. Again, I don't think we did as well as we had hoped for. Let's go on to the reports with Bitly, which kind of gives us an idea of how popular our links were. And most of our links really just went back to our blog. So as you can see, there were some spikes within November and December as well. And again, most of our referrers really came from Facebook, which again, that was pretty surprising, at least for me, with Twitter having really the most diverse followers. I would have suspected that we would have gotten a lot of more people from other organizations coming to see what we were sharing. But I guess it's really nice to see that within our Facebook community, a lot of people really clicked on those links that we shared. So again, you can see that from our Facebook page, 39 clicks, mobile Facebook, 31, Twitter, 16, and email clients, IM, 13. And again, most were within the US. So after analyzing this information, really looking at all the numbers, all the reports that we went over, it's pretty obvious to us that Facebook was definitely the most successful social platform for us. So again, while we do have a diverse group of people and organization following us via Twitter, it didn't really do as well as we had hoped. There really wasn't that much engagement as there was in Facebook. And then from the Bitly and WordPress stats, again, it's pretty obvious that our blog content was mostly accessed via Facebook. As I mentioned before, Facebook's activity really did surprise us the most, since we were only targeting, or mostly our audience was within our own chapter. So, again, I was thinking that with Twitter and having a huge diverse group of people really following us, it was going to be a little bit different. But Facebook seemed to be really popular for us, and it helped us a little bit more. And then while our Twitter and Pinterest accounts could have reached a wider variety of people and organizations, Facebook was the most useful in interacting with alumni and current members. And I think that's why it was so successful for us, because we were targeting those two groups, and those two groups were liking us on Facebook. So, conclusion and next steps. While Twitter and Pinterest have been slow in picking up some steam, we do believe that Facebook has been really successful in both engaging and informing our audience. We were able to interact with both active members and alumni members, and they both joined the conversation. Throughout this specific social media campaign, we've actually been really active with blog posts, sharing statuses, pictures, outside posts. We do believe that by sharing this content that we were going to be able to re-energize the community. But it seems that specific subjects relating to our sorority, such as recruiting ideas, really did well on each social platform when we did share that. So topics in which both alumni and active sisters can both engage in can increase activity on our social platforms. So although the topic of holiday season was relevant during this time, if we had focused more on topics closer related to the sorority life, such as, again, recruitment, bid day, big little ideas, I think we could have had more of an influx in traffic on all of our social media platforms. And this might have actually increased engagement between chapters as well. So I think with the future, I think we want to stick with topics that are relevant to what's going on in the sorority. Again, recruitment ideas, big and little ideas, bid ideas, that seemed to do really popular when we did share it. So I think that is the route that we do want to take. Eventually, we would like our Twitter account to have more followers and more engagement between chapters as well, because it seems that with Twitter, us following those chapters is just a little bit easier. So in conclusion, that's, I think, the route that we will take. So that concludes the presentation for our Part 2 social media campaign. I hope everyone has had a great day, and enjoy the holidays, everyone.